Hello, how are you? Um, so it's very good morning to you guys. So today we are going to discuss on the BGP route filtering, right? So and especially on the incoming routes. So yeah, we have a neighbor uh, and a receiver. So neighbor wants to send three routes to you, and you don't want to accept all these three routes. You want to do a we want to just have a one two routes out of them, right? So what you will do, you can just have a prefix list. With the help of the prefix list, you can do a route map, and with the route map you can filter this, right? So this is a neighbor is a this is an IP address of a neighbor which is advertising the three prefixes, 192, 10, and 172, right? These three prefixes are goes. So we are three type of tables in the BGP. One is adjacency rib n. Okay, before any policy is to be applied, these all these prefixes which have we received from the neighbor is to go to the table. All the received routes are stable here, right? Sorry, stored here. So these are the three routes: 192, 168, and which one we don't want to receive, that's a 172 we don't want to receive. But it will have a in the adjacency rib table. Then okay, once you have this filter, then it on the filter list, right, this inbound route map filter, then the filter will be applied while the route will be in the adjacency ribbon. Okay, so what is the filter is saying? Okay, permit these two IP and deny one IP, one subnet. Okay, the one which is a permitted will go to the local rib, that's the main BGP table, and the other one which is a discarded will be discarded, right? It will never go to the local rib. So the local rep from the local rep it will go to the after the attributes and all those who go to the routing table. So this is a local rep, main BGP table. Okay, and this is an adjacency ribbon pre-policy. This is a local rib, and after that local rib I think there's one more rib that's an outside, but here this outside doesn't come in a picture. So local rib, once it's in a local rep, then the BGP attributes and the policy would be there. What would the best route? Okay, so the question is, how many tables do we have in the BGP? We have three types of a table. That's an adjacency ribbon, local rib, and adjacency rib out. Okay, so you got us prefixes from the neighbor 203103. Okay, these all these prefixes will be stored in this ribbon. Requires the software configuration for this. Okay, after the filtering, this is a filter, right? Inbound filtering you have applied on the local router. Once it will be go through this all, access this inbound filtering, then it will go to the local rep. Okay, in the local rep what we have, this permitted routes are 182 and the denied is a 176, sorry, 172. There's one more permitted, this is a 10 slash. Okay, and this is adjacency report. So the third table, if routes are advertised to the neighbors after the filtering. Okay, so the routes are advertised to if you have a more neighbor, then the routes are advertised to the neighbor after the filtering. So it could be I have a neighbor ABC, right? A is sending a road to the B, and B has also sent to this road to the C. But the so once B receives the route from the A, first it will go where it will be go. It will go to the adjacency rib. Okay, it will check any policies applied towards the inward direction. If its policy is applied and the policies has been executed, then it will go to the local rep. After local rep it will check what are the policies applied on the towards the outward direction. Okay, once it will have an outward direction, then the agency rep out those routes will be advertised to the neighbors. Okay, and from the local rep only the routes will go to the routing table. So sender be aware. Okay, so sender is aware of it. What routes do you need, or what routes do you need? Don't need. No, sender is not aware of what is your requirement. Sender will send all these three routes. Okay, 192, 168, 10. Or no, it's a receiver. Ask that I don't want a 172 16 right? So what the optimization technique can be done over here? The optimization technique, because it is consuming the processing CPU, right? It is consuming the CPU power of the router, because it is because these routes are don't required from the receiver, but there's still the centers are sending these routes. So how can we improve it or optimize it? Instead of at the first point while sending the these prefixes which are not interested, on which the receivers are not interested, there's a concept called the ORF. ORF can be enabled on the service provider router. Okay, because on the service provider order, enterprise network administrator don't have so much an access, and the service provider order don't do small thing for just because of the customize the customer requirement, right? So ORF is a very important stuff. So in ORF is a capability of the BGP in which it will you will have a make a prefix list, and you will send this capability to the oh, sender. Okay, so sender will have this capability list capability. It will understand, okay, these are the, and it will understand the prefix list. So what the receiver will send first, receiver will send the capability, odd bond dotting capability, and one prefix list. Boss, I need these only prefixes, don't send me an extra prefixes. So sender will send only out of three prefixes only two prefixes. That is an optimization. Or otherwise on if you have if it's not service provider order, it's a router and a router B, at that point of a time only on the router A who is a sender, at that point of a time you can apply the route map. Okay, and that and it will never reach to the receiver end. Okay, thank you.